Hello, happy Orilium. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here today because today we are starting Orilium Autumn Equinox. It is now September 1st. I can't believe it's already September again. September 1st, it is now 9:30 in the evening. G is sprinting, so life is good. And I plan to be vlogging my autumn equinox. We'll see how that goes. If you don't know what Orilium Magical Readathon is, it is a readathon hosted by G over at Bookworms. I will link it down below so you can check it out. And it is a 1 month long readathon where you create your own character kind of, and the character attends a magical school and studies for a certain career or a calling, it's called. And then based on that calling, you get to pick different books. And so here is my stack. And I was thinking of picking first the shortest book on my TBR because I wanted to start with a book that I will get through quickly and that it will make me feel, like I achieved something, like a great start, a good, a boost in the beginning. But then I was thinking that actually this month I would like to, in one of the weekend challenges I'll be hosting, I would like to do a 24-hour reading challenge for HRCYED, which means read as much as possible between the time you wake up and go to sleep within one day. And so I'm planning to do that this weekend. And I remember that I want to keep all the shortest books for that weekend. Or for that specific challenge. So I will not be starting with Artificial Condition after all. And I decided to start instead with a book that I already started in August. And I just need it for HRCYED again. It is a book that, wait, I need to mute the TV. This TV. And I started to read a book for... I did not mute. What the heck? Now it's muted. And for HRCYED, for the prompt new releases. So read a book within 60 days of the release. And for the month of July, I'm reading The Happiness Experiment. I'm not sure the name of the author, Carol Barney something. It is a nonfiction book and it was released sometimes in the beginning of July. But anyway, the deadline for me to finish it within 60 days is this Saturday, so September 6th. And so I decided to start it when I was just, in one morning lying in bed thinking, what should I read on my phone? So I started reading that and then I just have to read it anyway. So I decided to exchange it for one of the books or, add it, but in the meantime, I exchange it. I want to still read the other book and still read this one. So this one is going to be for the debut book. I believe this is the Animal Studies. So I don't need to exchange this prompt, as I said in the TBR video. So I don't need a scroll for this. Well, I do need a scroll actually. I need a scroll because I started it early. I started, I think, on Saturday. So 2 days before the readathon. I read 25 pages before the readathon, so still not much, but I still started before the readathon. So I'm gonna be reading that on my Kindle. I have it from NetGalley. I'm currently 27% in because I read a bit today, and so far I am hating it. I don't think it's good at all so far. I do not like it. It's just such a strange book because it is a nonfiction, so that's good. But what I expected from it is some kind of study or experiment on people, voluntary for the people, trying to find out what makes people happy and how to achieve happiness. However, what's happening in this book, the guy found happiness and is telling us about how he's a billionaire and found out that what would make him happy is to give money to his friends and family. And so basically the whole book seems to be, or so far, is about him talking to his friends and explaining to them why he wants to give them the money and what he wants them to do with the money that he gives them. It's supposed to be happiness money or happiness grant. So they are supposed to do with it something that will make them happy. However, they cannot pay off their mortgage with it because, that doesn't contribute to their immediate happiness. Yeah, I do not like it. I do not like this book whatsoever. And yeah, I'm gonna read it because it's NetGalley, so I want to read it before I review it. It's for HRCYED, so I can't count it unless if I DNF it, and it's for Orilium. I can't count it if I DNF it. So there we go. I will read it, but yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. But yeah, let's go back to G-sprinting and reading The Happiness Experiment, which so far has a very opposite effect of me, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Same spot, but I think 3 days later. It is now Thursday evening, about 10 o'clock in the evening, and I've been sitting here reading The Happiness Experiment. I'm now about 70% through, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. Now, I think it is very repetitive, so the same things are being repeated over and over, but some of the things seem to be very useful, so I'm quite enjoying some parts of it, I have to say. And I don't know if it will stay with me because if there is a changing light that you can see, it's because I have football on TV. Slovakia is playing qualification for World Cup against Germany, so I have that on TV. But yeah, there are some things that I find very interesting, and like I need to think about that more. But then when I turn off the book, or like when I turn off the Kindle, I just don't think about it anymore. So I'm not sure how much it will stay with me, even though there is a workbook at the end of the book. So we'll see if I get to actually do the work in the workbook, or if I, will keep it for a little bit later when I actually have time to sit with it. But maybe it will be part of one of my upcoming challenges during the weeks to, do some happiness workbook work. But yeah, that one, maybe I can even finish today. We'll see. I expect I have about 1 hour left, actually, because I don't know how much I'll read of the workbook in the end, and I don't know how much that is. So we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to update you on that. Also wanted to update you that now I'm reading Uprooted. Well, now. I have been reading this since second half of July. It's now September. And this was for G's Book Club, I believe. I don't know, was it July? Was it June? I do not know. And I got this from a library, and then we went traveling in July for vacation, and so I didn't bring the book with me, but I had the audiobook. So I started listening to the audiobook on vacation, and I really, really, really enjoy it. But I never managed to finish. It didn't fit my prompts for Never Marathon. I never got to it. So I haven't finished. So at the moment I am on page 149 out of, how much does it have? 400 something. And I was going to the gym on Tuesday. And I was walking because usually Henrik takes me by car, but now he had to go to the office, so I was home alone. So I decided to, so I walked to the gym. It's about 20-minute walk, and like, why don't I walk all the time? But that's because it saves time if he takes me, and usually I go during work day, so that's why. But so I decided to walk, and now I gotta listen to something when I walk, right? When I walk alone, I gotta listen to something. So I was thinking, what should I start listening to that I have on my Orilium TBR? But somehow I just didn't feel like starting a new book, and I was like, you know what, I don't feel like deciding now. I'm gonna continue listening to Uprooted. And then I ended up listening to about like 16 pages, not that much, but I really enjoy it. And if I don't listened to the entirety of it this month. I don't know if I'll get to it again. Like, I just feel like I really need to finish it and focus on this because I'm just losing the atmosphere of it. And I have DNF'd way too many books this year because of that. So I decided to swap this book into my Orilium TBR, use 2 scrolls to do that. 2 scrolls. I did remembered that I had one free prompt change scroll from sprints, from my girl Spinner Wheel during G's sprints from last year that I haven't used. So I'm going to be switching this one on. I'm gonna be using the prompt animal on the cover because there is a dragon and a hawk on the cover. So animal on the cover. I'm not sure which class that is. I never know. So I'm gonna count it for that, and I have to of course use the scroll of continuity book you started before the readathon. So squeeze this one in instead of Anne of Avonlea. No, Anne of the Island. That's the third one. The second one I will be reading. So reading this one did not make much progress since walking to the gym, but that was an important update, I think. And also I showed you I picked up 2 books from library. I got the I Hear the Sunspot, which I have for the invisible illness prompt, and this is a manga, and it should be pretty quick, but there are no page counts. So how, if I didn't have Goodreads, how would I know how many pages that was? It doesn't matter though. But it's not that long. I think it's about just under 200 pages. And yeah, so this is gonna be the first book I'm gonna be reading on Saturday when I'll be doing the HRCYED 24-hour reading challenge. So I'm gonna tell you all about it when we get to it on Saturday, but this is gonna be the first book for that. And then I picked up Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, and this one I did not manage to squeeze on my TBR, but we will see if I will eventually squeeze it in for something, or if I'll read it in October, or what's gonna happen. But I have it in any case if I decide to read it. This is for the this is the book club pick for my guild for the Order of the Crescent. So I will get 10 points extra for reading this one, but also I mean, I don't actually have to squeeze it in for anything, but if it's the 13th book I get 10 extra points. But if I squeeze it in for something, then I would have to use a scroll, which, you know, then it's 0 points. But we'll see. So that is the update. I'm not gonna continue reading my Kindle, I think. Yeah, and why I don't have more update, I've been so far very much behind my reading. So as of right now, I'm very much behind. Very, very much behind. I read, as of right now, I read maybe what I was supposed to read the first day. And it's the 4th day of the reading. So I'm very behind, so I will need to get in those short books on the weekend because work has been crazy as predicted. There is a delivery that is just not going well. So I've been working a lot, and it's a lot of like mental load at work. So sometimes I just don't feel like reading too much, or not I don't feel like, I just don't have the energy. So that's why I'm a bit behind, but the weekend saves it all. The weekend saves it all. So we start tomorrow. Tomorrow is Denis's sprints. So I'm gonna start, or, you know, try to finish this one if I don't finish it today, the happiness experiment, and try to get the uprooted done probably. But yeah, that is the update for now, and I'm gonna go read some happiness experiment. Okay, it is now Friday evening. It is 10:30 in the evening, and I'm checking in because the weekend challenge has begun. And yeah, I've been on Denis's sprints. Well, I wasn't live, but Denis was sprinting, or is still sprinting actually. She's having now last sprint. And yeah, I was participating and reading my book, The Happiness Experiment, because I wanted to finish this one first during the challenge weekend, because, you know, need to finish it by tomorrow. So I thought that one needs to get out of the way. And yeah, since I finished the book, I decided to come here and update you finally. And also I'm starting to fall asleep when I'm reading the Uprooted book, which I continued with. And so I need to wake up. So I'm here to update you. What is my weekend challenge going to be, and what it is if you don't know. If you don't know, I'm hosting weekend challenge every month. There is one, but this month is very special where I'm going to be hosting one weekend challenge every weekend, or well, first 3 weekends of the month. The 4th weekend I'm not gonna be home, so I can't host that one, but the first 3 weekends just to help us get through the Orilium TBR. And people were really interested in it, and we all love this community and like supporting each other and keep each other updated. Like it really pushes you and motivates you to do well and to do your things. So we usually do it Friday to Sunday. We have some graphics for it. And so here is my challenge for the weekend. So I put myself 3 challenges, and I have a little tracker of like, I update it throughout the weekend and see how far into the challenge I am, and based on that I get rewards. So when I reach 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, I get a reward. My challenge is to get to 25% of my Orilium TBR, because it's by the end of Sunday, it's going to be 25% of the month gone. So need to get to 25% of the TBR. So that is as of before the Denise's sprints, 743 pages, which is a lot, but I have some short books lined up for tomorrow, so it's gonna be okay. And then the second is to take care of my Verb on Finch, which is a self-care app, and I have some tasks there that I'm supposed to do every day, and it motivates me to do the tasks, even though I have there like 15, so I never can do all of them, but it still reminds me that some of them I need to do throughout the day, and some of them like, okay, right, I need to get to this one, and sometimes like it really pushes me to do them. So that's really good. So that's what I want to focus on. And there's also a self-care part where you kind of like have some questions for like self-reflection or journaling or things like that. So I want to do that. And then the third category or third challenge for me is drink 2 liters of, well, liquids a day. Yeah, just because I think I can do it even when I'm reading and it's important. So I'm gonna try to do that. Tomorrow is going to be an intense day because tomorrow I'm combining this challenge, so weekend reading challenge, with the 24-hour challenge for HRCYED, which means reading for 24 hours, but not whole 24 hours, but from the time I wake up until I go to sleep. That is the challenge. And read as much as possible. So I've got some short books lined up for that I will walk you through tomorrow. I don't have them. Well, I have out there, I have I Hear the Sunspot, which is going to be the first book I start. And then I have these 2 short books that I want to get through. Second one I'll get to will be Artificial Condition, and I'm thinking Orbital will be the third. And we'll see if I have time for more. But this is the beginning, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that is the plan for tomorrow, to read these 3 books. That should give me a big boost for Orilium TBR. And I'm super excited. So tomorrow is gonna be early morning, I hope. And we'll see how it goes. I start sprints at 9, so yeah, should be fun. I'm really excited about tomorrow. Now, what did I think about the happiness experiment? So I finished it and I gave it 3 stars. I think it's quite generous to give it 3 stars, but as what I was telling you about it at the beginning of the vlog, you probably didn't expect 3 stars. So 3 stars is a great rating considering how I felt in the beginning. So overall, I think it had some great messaging and great thoughts and theories and ideas that I'm thinking we all should know and we all should implement. Things about happiness, that happiness is not a goal, happiness is a journey, and you need to work actively towards your happiness. You need to kind of like set up, or they say a lot, you have to study happiness, and you need to find out what makes you happy and then make a plan how to work towards that, towards what makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be anything to do with the money, which in the book there was a lot of money, but it doesn't have to be like money, like tied to money. It's just make a plan, like a happiness plan, where you will write down the things that are most important to you and the things that make you happy, and make a plan of how to incorporate it in your everyday life, and in process it will make you happier. And I think it was really interesting. I think some of the people that were part of this happiness experiment had really great insights, and really kind of it turned their life around, and they started like living better, which everybody is trying to, like, one day I'll have that, one day I will have that. But this book kind of urges you to, if you know that that's your dream, make a plan, like actually actively sit down and make a plan, because without a plan you can't do anything, you can't achieve anything, which is majorly true. So that I really appreciated. The part I really didn't like is there was a lot about the money and a lot about the guy talking about himself and how successful he is and how good he is for giving this money to the people, and how it made him happy that he could give this so much money to so many people. And because the point of the happiness experiment was basically this guy who is absolutely like incredibly wealthy, and one day realizes that he doesn't know what to do with the money, so he starts to give people money, like his friends, his family, people who helped him along, whether it was with his business or in life or whatnot. And he wanted to give them money in his will after he dies, but then he decided, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna give them the money now so they can start enjoying it, and I can see the happiness, instead of when they get it after I die, and then I just, there's nothing in it for me. So he gives the money away immediately, and basically that's like half of the book. He's talking about how he, like a gratitude grant, he calls it, like he was he was grateful for the things that they've done for him, and so he gave them a lot of money as a thank you. And yeah, that part, like, I really didn't like, but overall there were some very nice thoughts as well. And I think the happiness, like at the end of the book there is a happiness workbook where there kind of like a system of how you can make your own happiness plan, which is really interesting, but it's really difficult on Kindle. So I will see if I can find it somewhere online maybe, and have a look into that, and somehow try to incorporate it. But I'm not gonna go through it on my Kindle, because I can't take notes or anything like that, or very difficult. So yeah, 3 stars I think is fair enough. But that concludes my first book for Orilium. Check. Even though 5 days in, it's a bit late, but it's fine. It's fine. Tomorrow we boost it up. We go. Tomorrow we go. Okay, good morning. It's now 9 in the morning. I started sprints, and I'm starting late. I did want to start a little bit earlier today, but we're starting now the 24-hour reading challenge, because I woke up about like 1 hour ago, and then had breakfast, and then started sprint. So didn't really have time to start reading it. But I'm starting now, and I'm starting with I Hear the Sunspot. This is a manga, so they should go pretty quickly, I hope. I'm going to be tracking on my paper like how much I read, so I would like to know how much actual reading time I did today, even though I don't think that's something that we need to track for the challenge, but I just think it's interesting. But I will start with this one. I hear the sunspot, and then I will switch over. When I finish that, I'll go for, I don't know how to call this, Artificial Condition by Martha Wells. This is the second book in the Murderbot series, and it's a really short one. So I really hope this one will be quick. I don't know how long is the audiobook. I think like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. So that sounds like doable today. And then after that, I will also try to squeeze in Orbital by Samantha Harvey. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do all of these, but I'm gonna try all of these. And like, I feel like it shouldn't be a problem, but these two are still over like 300 pages, and I typically read like not even 100 pages in a day. So this is very challenging. So that's where the challenge comes in. This is the plan, these 3 books. And yeah, let's get started. It's now 11 o'clock and I finished I Hear the Sunspot. It took me about 1 hour, so I did some other things between. I checked in with you, and I'm sprinting, so it takes a little bit of time, so it's not like 1 hour pure or like 2 hours pure reading time since I checked in with you, but it took me 1 hour. Finished I Hear the Sunspot, so first book done for the 24-hour challenge. Yes. And I really enjoyed it. I think it very well portrayed, I mean, not that I know, but I imagine it very well portrayed hearing disability and the struggles that the people with hearing disability face, that, people who hear fine often will forget that other people don't or might not hear fine. And it's just like very random things that if you don't have this issue, you just don't think about. And I think it's completely understandable, but it is very frustrating for a disabled person. So that was, I think, portrayed very well. So there were some very emotional moments, but there were some also very funny moments, which I laughed out loud. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think I will continue immediately with the series. Now, it's not like I don't want to, it's just manga just doesn't do it for me, Like I need more depth into my stories, and this is just, it's a nice little tidbit, but I need more. So I will definitely keep I Hear the Sunspot for, like, if I need it for a readathon or like a quick read, hopefully not quick read. I will be thinking about it. I can pick definitely up the second book in the series, but it's not like I really need to. So I think it was really nice, and this done. But with that, I also reached 25% of, or exceeded 25% of the weekend reading challenge. Wait, let me set it up a bit. And so I'm going to roll my die. Oop, there is my die. And I'm going to roll the die to see what the reward is going to be. And I changed it a little bit from my, typical 6 options. I changed 2 because 2 of them are on my actual challenge. So the options are, I don't know if you can see it, probably not very well: skincare, guilt-free activity, baking, creating a spreadsheet for camp, 5 sweets or snack, and 6 is cocktail. So let me roll a die. Let's see if you can see it. Okay, here's the story. I rolled a 4, okay? I forgot to press record, And to be honest, the spreadsheet, it is a reward. Like, I really want to create a spreadsheet, but today we are doing a 24-hour reading challenge, so I don't really feel like that's a reward. I feel like that's, like, I really want to do it, but at the same time, I really want to read today. So I was like, okay, no, I need to film it. So I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm gonna pretend like that's my first roll. So I kept rolling and rolling and rolling. Like, I need to get the 4 again. But instead I got a 5, a 3, a 6, a 5, a 5. And I'm like, I guess that's a 5 then. It's just gonna work better because it's a reward. 5 is a snack, and I know exactly what I want. Ooh, Cineminis again. We are at Cineminis again. So gonna grab a bowl of Cineminis right now, have some while starting reading, because I'm also hungry, so that's gonna be nice. And I'm gonna do dishes later. Apparently baking is a reward now and I can't bake, but we'll see. It's fine. Let's go get Cineminis and continue reading. Okay, it is now 2:30-ish, and I finished Artificial Condition. It took me about 2 hours. I was listening to it at the same time as reading physically. Most of the time I did also do dishes while listening to it, so not 100%, but most of the time I did do both. I also walked on my walking pad and managed to listen to this, powered through, because usually I don't like to listen to audiobooks when on my walking pad because I get distracted, but somehow it worked. And yeah, I can say that this one definitely was better than the first one for me. Then the All Systems Red is the first one. That one, I don't know, it just did not speak to me at all. But in this one, in Artificial Condition, we have a character that comes into play that I really, really enjoyed. And especially the banter between Murderbot and this character was really entertaining, and I really like that. Then there was a time where this character was not present, so it kind of dipped for me, but then came back. So it's that character that saved the book, I think, because Murderbot I don't really care for all that much. I think if it was a full-blown novel, I could maybe care more about Murderbot because we would have more time to explore Murderbot, but as it is in this format, I don't really care, which is a bit sad because I think this should work for me, but it just doesn't. But it was fun. I'm definitely open to read the next one if it will ever fit any other readathon prompts and I need something quick to read. See, this took me 2 hours, so that will be a perfect option in the future. So I'm now open to read more from this. Yeah, I didn't say what this was about actually. So, and I don't know if I should, because it's a second in the series, but I don't remember anything from the first one, and it worked anyway. But Murderbot, he got a nickname Murderbot because of some things that happened in the past. He apparently killed I don't know how many people that he was supposed to be working for, and he's trying to figure out what actually happened, and because he doesn't remember much, he or it, I don't know. The narrator is male, so I assign a he. And yeah, I don't remember, he doesn't remember much from that incident or whatever happened, so he's trying to figure out what happened, and that's basically the story of the book. And then there is some other mission he's on as well, helping some other people. So it was fun, but yeah, I think I was gonna be like 3 stars, like very average. And it was for the prompt second chance author, because the first one I did not really like, so the second one was a second chance author. And this also fulfills the prompt for Eldia, Adventure in Eldia for September for me, orange cover, because I think this is like, orange is dominant color on this cover for me anyway. So this is done, and next up is Orbital, which is also sci-fi and also short. This one is a little bit longer. No, it's not. It's actually shorter, 130 pages. It's also sci-fi. This one is for the prompt genre blend, and so it is blend between like science fiction, literary fiction, and philosophy. So let's see what this one is. And also I reached 50% by finishing Artificial Condition. I reached 50% of my challenge. So I treated myself to a drink that I usually don't allow myself. And that is a sports drink that we got in the gym last week. And it's been waiting in the fridge to be drank. And so I feel like I deserved it. So it is, yeah, a sports drink. Isotonic sports drink, raspberry flavor. Raspberry is my favorite flavor. So I'm drinking this. It's a half a liter and it's very sweet, but very good. So this is my reward for reaching 50%. But now let's go on to Orbital. Okay, I finished. It's now 10 o'clock. Almost exactly. In 1 minute. It's 10 in the evening. Did I move away from this place? Not really. I went out to... I did the dishes, I walked on my walking pad for half an hour, and I had dinner. And otherwise, I was here pretty much the entire day reading these 3 books, and from start to finish, all 3 of them. And yeah, what did I think of this? As people warn me, it is a bit slow to read. It's not an easy light read, kind of like Murderbot. Murderbot is very easy read, but this not so much. If it's classified as a sci-fi, I disagree. Sci-fi is a big element in the book, but it's not mainly sci-fi. It is mainly philosophical. It's pondering life and world and humanity and the past and the future, and it's absolutely fascinating. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. But there is like the sci-fi is such a small part. So what it is about is we follow 6 astronauts that are on a spaceship and they orbit Earth. And here is also a little map of their orbits, and there are numbers, and they do 16 orbits around Earth every single day. Like that's 24 hours for them. And that means that every 90 minutes they see a sunset or sunrise. And here is like the rotation or like orbit around the Earth. And so we basically follow their thoughts and seeing the Earth, what impact it has on them. We learn a lot about the impact of vacuum or weightlessness on the body, how they try to keep that away. We follow them when they just can get ready as well. Like there's flashbacks to when they're getting ready to go on the spaceship, when they come to the spaceship. We follow we see flashbacks to their lives in the past and their families. We see some communication with their families while they're on their spaceship, and they send pictures back and forth or things like that. We see them pondering life because one of the astronauts' mother dies in the beginning of the book, and of course she can't go to back to Earth to be at the funeral. So now this kind of brings all these feelings in all the crew and pondering about the purpose of being out in the space or purpose of living at all, and just meaning of life. And at the same time there is also talk about this other spacecraft going to the moon. So they're going to land on the moon, and this book it's set during one day. So we follow the full day of the crew of the spaceship orbiting the Earth, and it's the same day that another ship goes to land on the moon, first time since the landing in 1969, I think. And that's a little bit part of that, but I feel like it was not significant enough to be in the book, so I don't see the point of it. Maybe just kind of inspiration to something bigger, but it inspired some discussions in the astronauts and flashbacks and everything, but not more than that. And what didn't, or what made this not be a 5-star is the ending. Like, there was nothing wrong with the ending. There was nothing I disliked about it or anything, but I just felt like something would happen, like something that would really touch me and really grip me would happen, but nothing happened. And it just wrapped up the way the entire book was. So that kind of, you know, took a star away, I think, because otherwise I think it would have been like really impactful read. There are so many things that I was like, okay, I could underline basically every other sentence in this book, and like so beautiful. I really loved it. But yeah, 4 stars, I think. I would not recommend if you're looking just for a fun read or if you're looking just for a fun sci-fi. This is not it. This is more of a philosophical pondering of human beings and meaning of life. And yeah, a big part of the story is also they follow this hurricane that is going to land onto Philippines and Southeast Asia. And as they go around the earth so many times, they always see it, and they can see it moving, and they can take pictures and send it back to earth, like pictures from the space. And that's kind of also a big part of the story as well that happens. So there is a little bit about like climate change mentioned as well, but again, not enough to be talked as climate fiction either. So it was very interesting, but it's definitely philosophical fiction with elements of sci-fi in it. But overall, I really enjoyed it. So this was my book for genre blend for shapeshifting. So that's done. And then that's done for the Orilium reads for this readathon. I'm gonna call the challenge done for now, because I might be able to read a little bit more, and maybe I will, just to get a bit more pages. But as of right now, I will not be able to complete another book today that I have on TBR, on Orilium TBR, or that I'm interested in anyway. So that completes the challenge today, which means I read 3 books today, started and finished, total of 485 pages, which is very good, even though one of them is manga, but still very good. And I read total of 7 hours and 20 minutes. I try to keep track, so I got it all blue on white. It's 7 hours 20 minutes reading time. So I'm going to now write it down in the spreadsheet and everything, get it ready, so I don't need to think about it. I'm gonna log in the orbital for the readathon, and then gonna just chill out, probably watch some tennis, I think, because there is US Open Women Final, so probably watch that, or watch darts, I don't know. Yeah, and I think Henrik prepared the Hugo Spritz, so going to drink some of that. So I don't know if I'll talk to you more today, probably not, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow also will be a little bit more interesting, because I won't be just sitting in bed all day reading. And maybe I'll have other things to film tomorrow, so we'll see. No huge plans, but we shall see. And also you can see here the day result of the day mess. There is Henrik's book. This was a plate for the cup, so it doesn't spill on the bed. I'm not reading that this month, but yeah, this is the results of the day reading in bed. to wrap up the vlog. I did not have the energy to do it yesterday. I did want to, but I did not manage. Yesterday I did not talk to you at all, actually. I did vlog a little bit, but never talk to you. So to sum up what happened yesterday, first in the morning we went to the gym and biked a little bit for 40 minutes. I'm trying to get into cardio a little bit. So every Sunday we go biking now, it was second Sunday, but it's the plan that we'll go every Sunday, as long as it works, And after that, I don't know, it's just like cleaning a little bit. I was editing a video. I was editing the Never Marathon vlog, so I'm a little bit behind. And then I was listening to Uprooted. I got to page 254, so I did not manage to finish this, and I also did not manage to read the amount of pages I was supposed to this weekend. I read yesterday only like 78 pages, and I was supposed to read like 140, so did not manage that, unfortunately. So I failed the challenge. But only by 60 pages. In total, I was supposed to read 743 pages, so I read like 680, which is still amazing, I think. But I will definitely try to do better this week, like throughout the week as well, not only weekend. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is the update. I did not read that much of this, but I love the dark forest in here. Like somehow that's one of my favorite things, is like dark, evil forest, and this one does it so good. So I'm really enjoying this one. And yeah, did a little bit of cross stitching. I don't know if I showed you, probably not. This is the progress. I got a bigger hoop, so it's a bit like less changing in between, like less moving. So that's the progress. I did a little bit here, the black ones you can't really see. It's really dark, really hard to see in the dark. So can't continue with that today unless it's light outside, because then it works. But if it's dark, I can't see anything. I completed my other challenges, so I did drink 2 liters every day of the challenge, and I also completed my Finch challenges. So I think I got to like 93% of my challenge. So close. I'm a little disappointed that I did not manage that, but it just happens. I still made a great progress, so I'm still happy. And that means in the first week of Orilium, I finished 4 books. 4 books. I finished The Happiness Experiment, the I Hear the Sunspot, Murderbot, and Orbital. And I got a little bit further into Uprooted, but I think that's a great start. But they were also the shorter books, so it's a little, it feels good that I got those short books off the list. Like it seems like it's not that many books left, but also those were the shortest ones, so but it's fine. I'm almost on track, almost. Thank you so much for participating in the weekend reading challenge. It's always fun, and now it was like especially fun. So many of you joined and had so much fun as well, and did so much. I feel like this was one of the most successful challenge weekends we had. So good job, everyone. Amazing job, everyone. What are the plans today? Today I plan to read, I'm supposed to read 141 pages today. Wait, this keeps falling. 141 pages today. So I'm going to attempt that to some degree. I will prioritize posting the vlog from previous week, not previous week, the week before that, the last August vlog, because that has to go out today. And otherwise, I plan to be reading. So I have Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I have this on audiobook, so I'm going to be listening to this while tidying and doing dishes. And yeah, plan to do the progress on this one. And also today, what I would really love to do is start with Dawn by Octavia E. Butler, which is the first book in Xenogenesis trilogy, I think it's called. And this is an August book for my Climates book club, and we'll have the live show for this on Sunday. So it already happened by the time you see this vlog. And so I will link it down below if you'd like to see the live show, but I haven't started this yet, and yeah, I have 7 days to read it. I do not want to leave it all to the last day because there is no audiobook for this. I haven't been able to find any audiobook online on any platform, so I really need to take my time with this, and I will not be able to binge it last day before the live show as I usually do for book clubs. I mean, I don't like to do that, but somehow it always happens. So I will really try to keep on track with this one this week, to read a little bit of it every day and annotate, of course, or I'll try. So these are my plans for today, and yeah, not much else honestly is happening today. Busy work day. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I keep telling you how busy I am and how tired I am from work. This keeps happening all the time, and I think it's a sign that my brain is overworked, that I need a break. I keep doing this, switching words and switching letters all the time while I talk, which doesn't usually happen. So yeah, anyway, very, very busy day at work. There you go. And my brain felt fried by 4 o'clock. I was just like, I can't anymore. And I was like, yeah, I need to eat and I need to drink something. So I had like a sandwich at 4 o'clock, which is unusual for me. But yeah, it's just, whew. And then after work, I actually went to a bookstore to check if they have Anne of Green Gables. One of them did not have a single book, Anne of Green Gables, so I'm a little bit disappointed. And the second bookstore I went to, I did not go to see if they have Anne of Green Gables, but I went to get Hendrik game, which I will show you later. I can show you now. Give me a second. Because where are we? There, because I gave him this kind of like for his birthday back in May, but it wasn't released yet, so I just gave him like a paper saying that kind of pre-ordered, but didn't want to pre-order because it was super expensive. So like, when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it for you. So this was kind of like Henrik's gift, but today I finally went to pick it up. It's Mandalorian Adventures Clan of Two expansion. So this is expansion to the main Mandalorian game, which we do have and played and is a lot of fun. So this is expansion. This is what the gameplay looks like. It's kind of like a brochure that you play, and there are different gameplays, and each gameplay has different goals and different target and different properties and different enemies, and it's fun. It is a lot of fun. It does take a little bit to learn, but it's fun. So I went to get this for him, and I'm gonna give it to him on Friday, because Friday is our 2-month anniversary. No, 2-month anniversary of being married. So I thought I could give him the game, even though obviously that's for his birthday, but like, he doesn't know I want to pick it up. So it's gonna be kind of a surprise that I went to pick it up, and hopefully we'll play it on Friday evening. So I went to town as well. I'm so exhausted. My band says 5 battery, which is like the lowest it gets, like body battery. So yeah, we'll see what happens and how much I'll be able to read before falling asleep, but I'll give it my best. So let's do it. is now Sunday afternoon. It's like 5:30. I haven't talked to you all week because work is killing me and I just did not have the energy, whether mental or physical, to read or to talk to you. I mean, I did read a little bit, but I did not read enough to update you. I did not do any activities to vlog. I really usually just plop on the couch and do nothing. I'm like, yeah, I should be reading, but mental energy is not there to actually do that. So not much reading has been done, not much anything interesting has been done, but we have had, or we are having, the weekend reading challenge again this weekend, just trying to get those pages for Orilium done, but I'm not even attempting it this time because I would have to read like 800 pages this weekend to catch up, and I knew that would not happen because on Friday I don't even know what happened. Oh yeah, first I didn't plan to work, but I did plan to maybe have a little like game night with Henrik, but at the end of the day that did not happen and I ended up working until 10:30 on Friday, so did not read a single page on Thursday or Friday. And then yesterday on Saturday I hosted some sprints, but also Henrik's parents were coming over for dinner, so I was a bit of cleaning as well, and then they came at like 3:30 in the afternoon and were here until 9. So not much reading happened yesterday either. Then I went on sprints and tried to read more, but the goal was to finish Dawn for the book club live show that we were supposed to have today in about 1.5 hours, but we decided none of us were done yesterday evening on the sprints, none of us were done with the book, so we decided to postpone the live show. And so I kind of eased up. I did not feel as stressed anymore, so that was very nice actually, and thank you everybody who like suggested it and who was okay with it. I really appreciate it. So I have more time to read Dawn. And then today I went to the gym, which I took you with me a little bit for a few seconds there. And our weekly biking session, this was our 3rd week, and I really like it to go to the gym on Sunday and bike for 40 minutes or an hour, so it's really nice. And then I did not read all that much. I did continue with my cross-stitching, but to help myself, because right now I'm working on the stretch that is like black or very dark, let's say black thread on dark blue fabric. I made myself squares with the thread so it's easier to count. So I did that today, and it was really nice to do that and to do cross stitch again, but now it's too dark again, so I'm not gonna cross stitch anymore. But the reading update, I am reading Dawn, which I started, I want to say on Monday, but I'm not sure. And I am 122 pages in, so not even halfway. But I don't know, this is a sci-fi. We don't know when it's set, in what time, but probably in the future when the Earth is not livable. There has been some war that made the Earth uninhabitable anymore, and there are these aliens who decided to save the humanity, and they grabbed some humans that they believed were worth saving, and they were trying to keep them alive on their ship, and with the purpose to repopulate Earth later on. And we follow our main character Lilith Iapo, who wakes up 250 years after she's been taken by the aliens, and she gets to know them, and she lives on their ship for now. And it is very interesting, but somehow it just bothers me the way it is written. I really don't like the main character. I think she's actually very selfish and arrogant. I don't know if it's just like lack of good writing, but I doubt it because it's Octavia Butler. Octavia Butler knew how to write. So I imagine it's written like that on purpose, but I really don't like the character, and I do not care about this at all, like what's gonna happen. I do not root for her because I think she's really awful. So I don't know. I like it, but I also don't like it. So this might be my first Octavia Butler that I'm actually struggling with. So we'll see. but I'm making my way through this one, and of course, as always, working my way through Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I am now made some progress. I'm on chapter 25, so page 326. So I made some progress on this yesterday when I was cleaning, was listening to the audiobook, and yeah, I don't plan to have either of these finished today, but I do plan to make progress. And then today in the morning, when I was still in bed and did not want to get up, I found like, okay, what can I read on my phone, on like Kindle on my phone? So I decided to start a third book that I have only on Kindle, and that's The Truth is in the Detours by, I do not know the author, Mara Williams, I think, which is an ARC from NetGalley, so I have it only on my Kindle. And I started that, I think I got like 9% in, and so far it's very interesting. We follow main character who is cleaning up her father's house, who had just died recently and had funeral like 2 weeks ago or something. And so she's cleaning up the house, and she doesn't have any siblings, and she doesn't have a mother. But while she's cleaning up the house, she finds a document, a court order from long time ago, saying that they took away the parenting right from the mother. But her father said her entire childhood, her entire life, that her mother died in an accident when our main character was a child. So she grew up thinking that her mother died in this car accident, but now she finds out that she did not die. Not in that accident anyway. We don't know if she's still alive or not. So we're gonna figure out what that is about. And in the meantime, also this neighbor is sent there by his mother to check up on her and help her pack. And they used to be friends when they were kids, and then when they were teenagers, they kind of became enemies. And there is all this history between them, and you can sense a little bit some tension between them. So it's going to be interesting. And yeah, so he helps her pack a bit, and they kind of talk about what's new and stuff. So it is intriguing start, and I'm curious where it's gonna go. I do not know what to expect from it, but I think it's gonna be just like literary fiction exploring the past of these characters and their relationship, and probably romance going forward, but we'll see. So that is the update right now. What is left for the rest of the evening is reading. I might host some sprints a little bit later. It is now almost 6 o'clock, so maybe at about 7, when there was supposed to be the live show, maybe I'll host some sprints. But otherwise, no plans, just to read Dawn, get this done ASAP, because I do not want to be reading it like 5 minutes before the live show, as I always do. So the goal is to get a lot of this one done today. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, no plans. So that is the update. I'm doing miserably with this reading challenge. I'm not even trying, really. Like I am trying. I keep in mind that I should be reading, but I'm not like feeling the pressure. But I'll be hosting sprints, so I'll definitely get something more read. So we'll see, and I will check with you later how much progress I've made. Okay, I just wrapped up Discord sprints. I decided to do evening sprints on Discord. So it is now, 12. In 10 minutes it's midnight. So it is time to wrap up the vlog. I don't think like I'll be reading anything more or enough to update you on tomorrow. So I thought I would wrap up the vlog tomorrow, and what? I can't talk. I would wrap up the vlog now, so then I can edit it tomorrow and hopefully send it out to you. So in the sprints I read, but I also watched the darts, because it was some World Masters whatever tournament darts, and it was very interesting, semi-final and final. But I watched that, but also I read. So I continued with Dawn. I found the audiobook for it, which helped a lot. Helped so much. I do not like the audiobook, okay? I do not like the narrator. She is reading it very monotonously. Not monotonously? Monotonously? Whatever. She just doesn't make the voices, really. So the same voice for everybody. And it's just like, if I wouldn't be reading at the same time as listening, I would be completely lost. No clue what's happening. So I need to read, which is fine. I do plan to do that. But yeah, anyway, it is helping. So now I am on chapter 6 in part 3. I'm 171 pages in. So more than halfway through. So that's good progress. Not quite done yet. But we have the live show on, not live show on Thursday. So we need to finish this one by Thursday. And so far, yeah, I think I told you earlier what I thought about this, and I still think the same things. I think now some things are happening, like interesting things are happening. Now lots of new characters are entering, so it's interesting. Lots of things are happening, but we'll see. And then I made also a little bit more progress on my ARC book. The Truth is in the Detours. And so far I'm enjoying it. I think it's going to be very much up my alley in this specific time. Because it's gonna be very nice palette cleanser from the sci-fi and the fantasy and everything else that I've been reading. It's going to be very nice to get this one read. So that is the update. I read 201 pages this weekend, so not good at all. I didn't even reach 50% of my total goal. I reached about 25% of, not even 25% of my reading goal this weekend. But it's okay because it's been, I wasn't able to focus fully on the weekend as I worked late on Friday, and then Henry Express came yesterday, and then gym today. So, life happens. So didn't manage to read as much, but it's okay. I will try to do more reading tomorrow and like the following week, and try to really prioritize reading a little bit more. But we'll see how much energy I'll have. So I hope I'll have some. But yeah, that is the update for now. I did not finish any books since last Saturday, right? I think so. So that is a little, not disappointing, but surprising. I thought I would be able to do better, but I have not. So I have not finished any book since last Saturday, which for Orilium is not very good, but I am 75% through Uprooted here. That far in. So I might be able to finish this one next week, and then this one I'll definitely finish next week. And we'll see how it goes with the ebook. Hopefully that one will be a quick read as well, but we'll see. So definitely 2 books finishing soon. So there will be some progress anyway. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this didn't turn out to be super duper long. But if you did, thank you so much for watching all this. And yeah, I really appreciate every single one of you watching my videos. If you watch this far, please comment octopus emoji. If you know, you know. So please comment octopus emoji to let me know you watched this far. It makes me so happy when you watch my videos and when you enjoy them. So yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.